Deshaun Watson is coming out for the first time as a Cleveland Brown quarterback. He is 0-2 after that 700-day layoff for him. And the Browns offense only one touchdown so far. And as we know, it's really all about the running game here in Cleveland anyway, as the ball is being spotted just inside the 11-yard line. Nick Chubb and the rest of this offense trying to put points on the board against a very stout Ravens defense. All right, first snap of the night from the Cleveland 11. Watson, play fake, flips it out, caught by Demetric Felton. And he gets a brief gain to keep things on schedule a bit. The Browns offensive line, it really is about that guy in the middle that you see there, guard, right? You don't normally see a guard as the center, but that's what's been going on here. The third starting center for the Cleveland Browns, Yelda Froholt for Chubb and Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones. And David Njoku has got the only touchdown grab from Deshaun Watson so far. And here's Chubb's first run. But he is taken down right away by Tyus Bowser, bringing up the first third down of the game. And Kurt, this defense has just been lights out, certainly since Roquan Smith came aboard.
Well, it was great talking to John Harbaugh just about that move and what it's meant to this team. And Ravens have always been about playing defense. And he said, we wanted to establish again with our guys that we win with defense here. And maybe that mindset had changed a little bit with Lamar Jackson over the last couple years, but it sent a big statement to this Ravens defense.
Kareem Hunt in the backfield.
All right. Oh, I got to cut that dust audio for it. I get banned for having game audio live. Oh, you can tell it's a fake blitz. Watson rolling. No way he's going to beat Roquan there. And throw it away by Deshaun Watson on 3rd and 6. And 3 and out for Cleveland. Baltimore coming up. I'm going to take my dab, guys, so I'll be right back. I want to look at this. So you got Stack left, 88-85. I mean, it's a 4-man blitz. Good blitz by Kyle Hamilton. Gets picked up by Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Roquan Smith chases Deshaun out where he throws it away. Taking my dab, BRB. Why did it put this game back on? not going to show the right game on that stream. Says Ravens Browns. And it's still on the Viking game because it's an overtime. That's why. Makes sense. I mean, I called the Minnesota Indy game going to be one of the good games. I wish I had done that video yesterday. Oh my God. Like, no one's actually showing the game because of the overtime game and the other one. I used to use this one all the time. Ugh. I had one stream showing the game correctly, but it just was not a good stream. And now I'm trying to find another one. I wonder if it's on NFL. I doubt it. I can only listen. Oh, Baltimore's in the red zone too, and I can't freaking watch because the other game's in overtime, and no one fucking cares about that. See if we can get it up on the phone. A lot of times they'll do that. For some reason, you can watch. Oh my God, I can watch on my fucking phone, but I can't watch. That's such shit. Wow, and even on the NFL app, I want to show this. I have the Ravens Browns, as you can see, selected. It's showing the freaking Colt Viking game. Bro. Nobody fucking cares. At that point, just leave it on its own. Like, on the app even, my NFL, you suck, bro. Please, someone give me my game. There we go. Gotta back up at least. Tyler Huntley motion to come out. I mean, not Tyler. I'm sorry, J.K. Dobbins. I'm so bad. Huntley rolling out, throws back across his body to Oliver. Oliver, great effort after the catch. Gets away from one tackler, gets shoestring tackled. 3rd and short for the Baltimore Ravens here. 8 minutes left on the clock. And of course, as we all know, the Ravens have been struggling extremely in the red zone department. Shotgun formation, Ricard to the right side. Motion, Duvernay left. It's going to be a run up the middle to Edwards, and that's going to be really close. Looks like the refs are marking him about a yard short. 4th and 1. Now here comes the first decision of the game. Go for it or take the field goal. They're calling the field goal unit back. I've been calling a run on 3rd and 1. You were expecting this. I like it, but I don't. They were basically playing this with 2 down. The 3rd down with 2 downs instead of 1. It's going to be a fullback dive to Ricard. Ricard! Going to be close. I think he's still short. He got popped. And Ricard trying super hard to move that pile. Carrying Browns defenders, but I think he's going to be short. Turnover on downs. Let's watch it here. Hand off to Ricard. John Johnson puts his arm down and And I was trying to figure out if we wanted the points or not. I'd taken the points. I'd taken the points, man. I didn't like the fact how it was called from the get-go on the 6-yard line. Like, I get it, but I don't. Watson got to throw man open, Peoples-Jones, and that's a 1st down for the Cleveland Browns. If they score off this, Harbaugh looks like an idiot because he didn't give his defense a fresh chance. Like, I don't know, like, it's different. Like, watching your team score points, come out there knowing you're up by 3. It's also a psychology game, in my opinion, at that point, because you're forcing pressure on your opponent to score on their next drive. Whereas with Cleveland punts, it's still 0-0. Motion here for the Browns. Looks like a handoff. Chubb. Cut back, and that's a run of about 7 yards, it looks like, on the play. 2nd, and I'm guessing 3 here for the Cleveland Browns. That's a gain of 7 and 11 yards, basically. Watson got time, rolling left, and off the hands of his halfback. That's Chubb with a drop on the play. Watson had him. That was a 1st down more than likely. Oh, we're getting no commercials, they're saying, because the Viking Colts is still in overtime. Wow. Vikings are a 4th quarter team, man. Watson. Quarterback keep, and that's a 1st down. Little QB option on the play. Yep, Odafe Owe stepped down for the run, and shotgun set for Deshaun. Watson got a little bit of time, finds a man short, number 2, and 1st down for the Browns. First and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Mark Cooper with a previous reception. Looks like a slot blitz from Kyle Hamilton. Yep, here it comes. They're running the opposite way, though. Chubb. Not much of a gain. Gain of 1 to 2 on the play. Odafe Owe setting the edge for the Ravens. God, I just want to full screen the game. There we go. Finally got it. Deshaun Watson from an empty set on 2nd and 9. Pressure coming. Got a man short to David Njoku and breaks the tackle. He's either got a first down or just a step short, it looks like. Yep, about 1.5 yards short. Let's see here. Yep. Quick pass. Odafe Owe's got a free shot on the right side, but doesn't take the shot. Does so he doesn't get the penalty. And 3rd and 1 on Baltimore's side of the field. Got an orbit motion here for the Browns. Watson rolling right on the throw. An easy catch to Amari Cooper on the side, number 2. Kyle Hamilton pushes him out of bounds. Another first down. And again, Baltimore looking like they should have taken the 3 points here at this point. At this point, Cleveland's in field goal range, I'm pretty sure. After this first down, because that's like a gain about 10 yards. Yeah, that should be a field goal range for the Browns. Ravens, again, looking really dumb here for not taking that. Let's see here. Handoff left. And pretty good run here. Chubb on the play. What's a gain of 5, it looks like, on the play? Oh, man. Little block there. David Njoku with some space. And, yep. The Ravens are getting destroyed in the flat right now. These short little throws to the flat. If Cleveland's smart, they're setting up deeper passes for later in the game with those short flats, but we shall see. Got an I formation here. Chubb in the backfield. Kyle Hamilton coming off this corner. And, oh! Kyle Hamilton. Deshaun never sees him coming. The wide receiver tries to warn him. And that's a sack for the rookie. Yeah, Chubb tries to get back over there, but... And the Ravens basically making a statement saying they're going to test Deshaun Watson with pressure. They're going to see if he responds well after missing a lot of time in the NFL. 2nd and 17 for the Browns. Shotgun set, 3 wide. Short throw to the flat, and that's going to be a gain of 2 on the play. Bringing up a 3rd and 15 here for the Browns, and bringing up the end of the first quarter. We're probably heading to a commercial break because I think they're still in overtime in Minnesota. Wow. Oh, is David Ojabo getting a start today? I didn't get to see the the injuries report before the game. I'll have to look it up real quick. I'm super stoked if he is, because he's probably about to get a rep right here. No better rep than a 3rd and 15 for David Ojabo to kind of, all right, pin yours, young blood, go get him. Wow, the Vikings won. Wow, what a comeback victory for the fucking Vikings. Excuse my language, but wow. Wow, how about them Vikings, though? How about them Vikings? We're going to go grab the hat, BRB. The Vikings made like a 30-point cut. They weren't showing our game because they were in overtime for the Vikings Colts game, which I'm so mad. Yesterday I was going to do a video and call that probably the upset of the week. And the Colts were up 30 points going into the 4th quarter. The Vikings just came back and won the game with less than 2 minutes left in the 50-minute overtime. No network was showing the Ravens game because they were so deep in overtime. Yeah, I wish I made that video yesterday now, so I have it on record. Literally. Oh, no. God, it's so hard to get this freaking stream. There we go. Hey, David Ojabo, Achilles is officially active and set to make his NFL debut, so we'll have to keep a close eye out for David. The blitz by Kyle Hamilton and the sack, knocking them back 10 yards, literally just saved Harbaugh. We gotta put out a tweet about that. We're trying to put some tweets out there to get some basically free marketing generated on our stream. The brightness of the screen is so hilarious to me. All right, and oh my god, they did get points. Oh my god. I'm so stupid. Please tweet. I'm a Harbaugh hater. I'll say it. I am a Harbaugh hater. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, the thing is, I still give him credit for being a good leader of men, good moral and ethical values. I will never take that away from Harbaugh, no matter how much of a Harbaugh hater I am. But, coaching standpoint, not a fan. Not a fan. In the moment, 30-second decision, not knowing what, they were already planning, Greg Roman and all that, and having to make that split-second decision, my brain says, kick the field goal. If this was Madden, Dobbins, a big run. But this was Madden, yeah, I'll go for it. I'm confident in my Madden skills. This ain't Madden, bro. This is real-life football. Looks like J.K. Dobbins having to run off after his foot slips out of his sneaker. But, Jackson did not travel with the team. Huntley, play action, keeps it. He's pressured. Throw it. Throw the ball away, Huntley. You're so far out of the pocket, bro. You're outside of the tackle box. Throw the ball away. We got an empty set here for the Ravens. Quick throw to Andrews, and that's going to be incomplete on the play. It brings up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 for the Baltimore Ravens. Hey, what's up, ES? Thanks for dropping in. Harbaugh's doing Harbaugh things, and the Ravens are just not playing well right now. Like I was just talking about, I was doing a tweet trying to generate some, I don't know, lead generation for this stream. But Huntley did not need to take that sack out of bounds right there. He was so out of the tackle box that he could easily thrown it away. And it was a 1st down. Huntley, little shuffle pass to Hill. Has got some room. Great running by Hill. Gets the 1st down. And that's why I've banged the table all year that I like Justice Hill more than Kenyon Drake. You can see that burst difference. Watch this play, Raven Nation. Watch this. Watch this burst right here. And that's 13 yards he covered. Drake gets 7. I'll put money. 8, maybe. If that was Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake would have stuttered a little more, slowing himself down. But, what do I know? What do I know? 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Deshaun Jackson in motion. Got a handoff to Dobbins going up the center. Dobbins with a good run. About 5 yards, it looks like, on the play. One thing I'd like to talk about is the comments that the announcers were talking about. J.K. Dobbins sounded like he was a little frustrated that he's never had more than 15 carries in his professional career so far. Sounds a little frustrated. I hope it's, all works out. I hope they give him more than 15 carries this game, to be honest. I hope Kenyon Drake does not see the ball. I only want to see the ball going to J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and maybe if there's an injury, Hill, or in the passing situations. Oh, Huntley with a very low throw to Deshaun Jackson. Are they going to rule the catch? Browns are pleading to the ref, saying it hit the ground. Newsom, second, pleading hard. The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. I mean, you can't even challenge that probably. Let's see here. We got the replay. Deshaun got that, actually. I would love to see the opposite side, but here we go. That's a great angle. Got it. Oh, that ball came out. Never mind. Third and 5 for the Ravens. Ricard is not on the field for once. Justice Hill, the back, acceptable. Mark Andrews, solo right, but Deshaun Jackson motioning out to that side, stacking with them. Let's see how they use the stack. We're going to pay attention to that. And that, no. So the stack combination there we saw on the right side with Mark Andrews was basically Andrews running a curl out, I believe, with Deshaun Jackson running a go like to the outside. Yeah. So basically Andrews turn curl route and then slowly work to the outside, basically with Deshaun Jackson taking an outside release, the longer release. So it's planned to be somewhat of a pick route, but the timing was horrible. They really wasn't a pick route at all. And it was so easy to see that's where they were going that the safety was sitting over top Deshaun Jackson the entire time with the corner in his back pocket. Oh, fire Greg Roman. Fire John Harbaugh too, please. But I will admit this right now. I have to stop saying fire John Harbaugh until I have the replacement. I was always taught don't present a problem without a solution. So my next venture, let me write that down before I forget it. But all right, Harbaugh firing. Who is our next head coach and offensive coordinator? So with the offensive coordinator, though, I would actually not mind potentially staying in-house. We brought in 2 wide receiver coaches this past, or 2 years ago, I believe now. And I would love to see if they've had any play calling experience and if they are willing to, maybe try to get there. But we'll save that for another video. Oh. All right, Deshaun Watson taking over for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, the Browns offense was moving pretty well before. I don't know what you're saying, announcer, until that last set. Like, they were moving. They moved from the 6 all the way into our... And, ooh, pass off a little bit left. Had his man, Nick Chubb, on the backfield on a wheel route, it looks like. Handoff to Chubb left. And, met by Broderick Washington and Brent Urban of the Baltimore Ravens. Broderick has been awesome, and Brent Urban has been solid coming back to the Baltimore Ravens. We originally drafted the 6'7", big hand guy. God, where would he come out of? I'm trying to remember. Third and 11 for the Browns. Oh, come on, stream. Don't cut out on me. Oh, the stream cut out. We got it fresh. Rip. Oh, it went out. See if we can go back to the other stream I like more anyway. Of course, it cuts out on the third down. Commercial break. I'm going to guess they didn't get it if they're on a commercial break. Of course, the question is, when is Myles Garrett going to show up for the Cleveland Browns, honestly? He's been dominant this year. On I think one of NFL's recent lists, he was listed as the #1 pass rusher this season. So far, that is. The Ravens, of course, not playing well. Tyler Huntley, who I've generally said I feel like is sometimes a better passer than Lamar, especially short game. Hasn't really shown us much of a deep ball. Maybe he doesn't have it. But, I don't know. He's not looked good. I mean, he did have a concussion. He's probably barely cleared. Maybe he's really not feeling well. I really hope that's not the case and he's out there, putting himself in danger. I swear to God, if I see a design quarterback run from him, from Greg Roman, as his family, I would say something. Oh, God. These commercial breaks are awful. On this stream, it's literally just the NFL, plus, basically. There's nothing. And I think we're back. Volume's a lot lower. There we go. All right. 1st and 10 here for the Baltimore Ravens. Harbaugh getting in his stance. Do I look like Harbaugh? Who's the next head coach of the Baltimore Ravens? Me. I'm totally kidding on that. Hand play action. Huntley looking over the left. And, Andrews drops the ball. Had it. What are you shaking your head for, Mark? What? The ball is delivered on your chest, bro. On your chest. It's in your hands. And you let that smack because you're just too relaxed. Paying you too much money. Paying you too much money. Too much of your own money, Mark Andrews, was made just sitting in zones. Hand off to Dobbins after a fake screen. Dobbins with some good run and looks like a gain of 6 on the play. Maybe 7. Let's see on the play. Yeah, Ricard, Tristan Colon. Or no, it's Zeitler's back. Yeah, Zeitler. Love him. Wish I had a Marshall Yanda jersey, honestly. Ricard in motion left. It's going to be a handoff to Dobbins. And great running again by Dobbins. Got the first down. Looks like Zeitler was out there on a pull to the left. Dobbins getting him a breather. Let's see here. Yep. Andrews and Zeitler running all the way over to that side of the field from right guard. Wasn't even a pull, I don't think. Hand off to Edwards. Going left. Got some space. Trying to get a stiff arm on Johnson the third, but pushed out of bounds. Looks like a gain of 7 on the play. Yep. 2nd and 3. Yep. I love our combination of Dobbins and Edwards, like legitimately. Oh. Hand off to Edwards, going left, got the next level, runs the safety over. Johnson, the third, got to adjust the helmet after that truck stick. I think Edwards was a little mad he didn't get the stiff arm originally, but we got a flag on the play. Gain of 11 if it stands. Offsides defense, decline. Lined up in the neutral zone. Love it. That was the truck stick, ladies and gentlemen, by Gus Edwards. Lower said, "Get off me." Gus the bus. 1st and 10 on the 35 for the Baltimore Ravens. The Cleveland 35. Dobbins with a handoff. Oh, caught in the backfield that time. That kind of looked like the same play they just ran with Edwards. Right for the Browns with the tackle in the backfield. Yeah, they've ran left like 3 times, I feel like, in a row. At some point. Maybe it was a bad run by Dobbins. 2nd and 11 here for Baltimore. Don't be scared of the run, Baltimore. Run it again. Oh, but Dobbins in motion, so empty set. Short pass to Dobbins, and gain about 4 on the play. Not the best ball placement by Tyler Huntley again. Not worse, but... Third and 8 here from my Baltimore Ravens. Duvernay in motion. Oh, jet sweep, fumbled, and Duvernay tackled for a loss of 2 on the play. So this is 2 weeks in a row we've seen a mishap and poor execution during the jet sweep for the Ravens. Yeah, that's where they're saying right now, the announcers. Last week we had a problem under exchange for the jet sweep. And this week, Going to shotgun set so we don't have that same problem, hopefully, in the last jet sweep. All right, Justin Tucker finally out there for a field goal. 53-yard attempt. Tucker. And that's good. Most field goal made. Also took the point lead away in this last game. All-time points leader for the Baltimore Ravens as well now. I believe replacing Matt Stover, the all-time Baltimore legend. Harbaugh clap for the field goal. I'm going to have to do some real research into who should be the next head coach of the Baltimore Ravens if we don't win the Super Bowl. If we miss the playoffs, fired immediately. Fired. We're going to do some research on the phone. Sports Illustrated, they did an article September talking about the 2023 NFL top head coaching candidates. So they're saying there's a really good defense backlog of defensive candidates. There's an even greater backlog of really good special team coaches with even more experience. No. You will be constantly cycling through coordinators and never have true stability in your system, which places a greater burden on your GMs and your management. But, what do I know? I would love this pick. And it kind of keeps the bloodlines between the Baltimore Ravens and the Eagles. I would love to take the Eagles offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. I didn't know he was there for Justin Herbert's rookie season where Herbert balled out, bro. And, of course, we know how Jalen Hurts has looked. I would not mind that at all. Ooh. Nice grab by Donovan People-Jones. That's going to be a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. That's a run by Nick Chubb. Looks like he's going to be a yard short there. Run left by Chubb. Got lots of room. Carrying Clark for 5 yards. Big run by Chubb on the play. You know, there's been a lot of talk about Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, as a head coaching candidate. This article is talking about how basically he took Cooper Rush and, you know, still put out good numbers through good play design, basically. Hunt with a pretty good run. Looks like 4 yards on the play. Man, I hate to say it. I wouldn't mind Kellen Moore. I believe he's a former BYU player, if I'm not mistaken. Very young. I wouldn't mind that. Watson got a man. Brian Callahan, the offensive coordinator for the Bengals. Can you tell I kind of want offensive coordinator for a head coach? 1st and 10 for the Browns here. Got a man. Oh, big hit on the play. Was that Marlon Humphrey? Yep. But another big first down. And again, as I said earlier, Mr. Announcer Guy, what are you talking about? The Browns offense isn't moving well. It's moving pretty well. Like, it has been since the last drive. It just had one bad end of it. And Njoku got space, leaps over a man, and within the 5 for a first down. Deshaun Watson, play action, got all the time and puts one over the middle to Njoku, but broken up by Kyle Hamilton on the play. And that's going to put us to the 2-minute warning. And see, there again, knowing they have the 2-minute warning to their advantage, Cleveland ran a quick no huddle to try to get one more play in and catch the Ravens slipping. Which, again, you just never see us doing that stuff, which kills me. And I get it kind of now because Tyler Huntley, but even with Lamar, Greg Rowe never did anything like that. And it frustrated me all kinds of hell and back. Chubb with a handoff, and looks like either loss of one or none. Tyus Bowser. And there's our 2-minute warning. And we're back to commercial break. The Eagles defensive coordinators on this list as well, Eagles fans, for potential head coaching candidates. Man, can you imagine if the Eagles go on to win the Super Bowl and then lose their offensive and defensive coordinators? That would be a gut shot to Eagle fans. Apparently, it was high on the Texans' wish list a year ago. Yep, offensive coordinator for the Dolphins is on here. Wow, defensive coordinator for the Raiders. Offensive coordinator for the Lions is on the list. Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Lions. I would like to see more on him, honestly. Wow, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, too. Basically, because at halftime they're playing pretty well, but it's just clear they don't have talent at the positions. Like, Don Martindale is getting some discussion, the former Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator who's coaching now over for the Giants. Seems like, according to the talks there, he's viewed one way, but they're like, no, he's completely the opposite. So I think the Ravens painted him one way, and he's trying to make himself seen in a different light. Ryan Leftwich, the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers, is in the discussion. You probably couldn't even hear me all this time. Bengals defensive coordinator. The Packers offensive coordinator. Packers could lose their offensive coordinator. Back to the game. 3rd and goal here. Hunt moving back into the backfield. You got trips right for the Browns. Looking right. Going in the back of the end zone and incomplete. Njoku almost had it. Njoku looking for a flag, not getting one. Chirping with Chuck Clark a little bit. Having a laugh, though. Let's see. Yeah, it's incidental contact. Kicker for the Browns out there for a 23-yard attempt to make it a 6-3 game, and it indeed is. 2-minute drill coming up here for the Baltimore Ravens. They're heading to a commercial break. I'm going to grab another drink so I don't lose my voice. I'll be right back, guys. Oh, man, I have some unpopular opinions about our players and coaching staff, I feel like. I'm going to say 2 really unpopular things, in my opinion. If you were the Baltimore Ravens and you had the opportunity to make 2 moves, A, you could franchise tag Lamar and then trade him, where you get a way better deal than Russell Wilson, basically. So I'm looking like 3 first-round picks, Duvernay on the return, and not much. Yeah, it's just Aiden Ensign. So 3 first-round picks, probably plus players and later picks. That's okay. Hear me out here on this. I'm not a huge fan of Mark Andrews. I think, like, don't get me wrong, his numbers are there, but it's because also Lamar Jackson only targets him. Lamar Jackson just does not throw to his wide receivers. And the offense, and then, like I've talked about many times, a lot of his yards, his big games, like where he had 100 yards, it came because there was so much zone coverage that he just turned around and sat. And we've seen really good production out of Josh Oliver, and right there, the kid I'd replace him with, Isaiah Likely, this kid out of CCU, Coastal Carolina University. So you've got Josh Oliver, you've got Isaiah Likely, Nick Boyle. You can draft some younger guys to look. You've had a really good success from Baltimore in the 3rd and 4th round out of your tight end position drafting. Dennis Pitta, Ed Dixon, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely. I mean, how far you really want to go back? Nick Boyle's a 5th round pick, I believe, 6 maybe. So we've had really good production out of later round tight ends. We're going, yep, of course, no huddle here, 1st and 10. Huntley taking off, good slide. So here's the next question. If you could trade Mark Andrews and not take a lot of dead penalty with the trade, and you could guarantee probably at least with that trade 2 more 1st round picks. So can you think about that? 5 1st round picks potentially. You're taking about $40 million off your cap because Lamar Jackson is going to cost you at least $20 million per year essentially, and Mark Andrews later in his career is going to cost you probably close to $15 million. So, easy. You're freeing up a ton of cap space, gaining 5 1st round picks, which of course, as we saw from what the Eagles have been doing, when you have more than 2, you just trade one back, give someone else a 1st round pick for their 1st round, plus more late round draft picks, and you just can keep rolling that. So you get a lot of free cap money. You get 5 1st round picks, tons of late draft picks. You might get some player-friendly contracts. And there's Isaiah Likely on the 3rd and 7 with another 1st down. And again, what they're saying is wasn't out of bounds and rolling the clock. Yo, timeout. Yep. That's bull. But so, and again, I know this is going to be super unpopular. But so the Ravens walk away with 5 1st round picks, maybe a 1 or 2 2nd round picks, and if not 2 2nd round picks, multiple later round picks, possibly potentially some good role players, the veteran wide receivers that we seem to love to bring in are veteran running backs, but we're good on both. The wide receiver core is, and I had someone literally call me on this. I broke down basically how Lamar Jackson, while he was in Louisville, like 16 out of 18 wide receivers on the roster, or like 9 out of 12, almost every time were over 6 foot wide receivers. And it's because of his inconsistency with his accuracy that these bigger wide receivers with bigger catch radiuses can kind of make these plays a little easier. Jadavian Clowney going back to the locker room early. But, so new head coach with a new system who comes in with a great offensive line, a great defensive line, great middle linebackers, budding outside linebackers, like a great roster with 5 1st round picks and tons of cap space. You can't tell me that doesn't seem a little attractive. And what's the flag here for? Okay, it's a delay game. They were saying Harbaugh almost called another timeout, which would have been a 15-yard penalty. Wow. And just again, Greg Roman, you had all that time to get the play call in, and it still expired. Huntley looking short right, and the Browns are just sitting on top. That was just nothing but curl routes. Nothing but curl routes. What kind of play call is that? Let me tell you. So when they're sitting that far back in zone, let's run a halfback screen, guys. Let's throw 3 offensive linemen potentially out there on some corners and safeties. Let's see if we can break a 20 to 40 yard play. That sounds like a good idea, right? No. Let's run all curls. Let's run all curls on a cover 3 zone, basically. And curls again. And DeMarcus Robinson with a catch, but it's also inbounds because they're all running curls. God. I hate our coaching staff. Also, if Marcus Peters signs an extension, we might get even more cap room there. Marlon Humphrey reworked his contract. Zylo is a great signing. Moses has been solid. Stanley, I'd maybe see if Stanley would rework his contract a little bit depending on the total outcome of his play on this season. If he stays healthy the rest of this season and plays top 3 tackle, I don't approach him. If he plays under any top 3 tackle and doesn't stay healthy, I approach Ronnie Stanley for a restructure. Daniel Falele is never going to be our left tackle. He's a right tackle at best. Man, but so could you imagine that as a head coach? Hey guys, I'm going to give you 5 first-round picks, including probably one of the highest picks there is. We're going to go get whatever quarterback you want, basically. We're going to go get your guy next year, And then, like I said, that's so many first-round picks at that point. You're going to be trading some away, so that's just going to result in more later-round picks, which, of course, Baltimore loves. Throw in some compensatory. And then the great part about that is all those players, if they all those draft picks, that's a lot of potential compensatory picks, which we know is Baltimore loves. So let's not forget about that back end of it. Let's say that first round, both those first round picks walk eventually. That's cool. No matter what, you're getting a lot of value out of those picks. You're getting extra value because the compensatory pick, because I'm not planning to pick badly. I mean, no one does, but you know what I'm saying. And if you nail all those later 3rd, 4th round picks, because I would totally give first round pick for a lot of late round picks. Potentially, depending on the draft and the player available needs, every situation's a little different, but Tucker hoping to get a shot. Tucker was on his own 45 hitting field goals off the tee on practice. They need basically 8 out of these 9 yards to get to that spot. Huntley got some time. And he's got Mark Andrews, got a hole in the zone on the left side and out of bounds. I mean, right here, 12 seconds left, take a shot at the end zone or out of bounds, basically. Yeah, Mark Andrews running a corner route. They're running a cover 3. Easy as day, basically. Get a little under. And they had a short flat to keep the outside coverage kind of on a short at least. Quarterback run up the middle. They're just trying to line up that field goal and call a timeout. Yeah. Let's see if we're going to see a freeze timeout from Cleveland. Cleveland's got all 3 timeouts. They mismanaged their timeouts bad. In my opinion, anytime you go into the half with all 3 timeouts, you have mismanaged your time as a head coach. because, like, there's probably a defensive timeout you could have used on a big, like, play, you know. There's maybe on a third down offense. Just no matter what, there's a third down offensive or defensively that you could have used extra attention to detail on potentially. But 48-yard attempt here for Justin Tucker. Kick is up. Oh! It was on target and then looked like the wind took it left. And that's a miss for Justin Tucker. Under 50 yards. Uncharacteristic. Oh. Yeah. Oh, look at that look on Harbaugh's face. You know what, though? I have this to say. We're going into halftime. Harbaugh, bro, what do you expect when you stop giving your kicker as many attempts? Yes, he got a kick earlier, but he should have had 2 already. That should have been his 3rd kick attempt. Guess what the score would be right now? Even if he missed that kick, it'd be tied. And instead, we're going down into halftime against the Browns. So frustrating as a Ravens fan to watch. So frustrating. And I want this to be known. With me talking about the trading, you know, like trading Lamar and trading Mark. It's not that I don't like them. It's just, for Lamar, I feel like I have not seen the growth that I've wanted to see. I'm so glad Lamar put on that weight to try to stay healthy. But I'm not seeing the mechanics from Lamar like I want to see. I'm not seeing those easy gimme throws completed that I want to see. I'm not seeing receivers and tight ends consistently given chance for yards after catch due to ball placement. That's not what I like to see. Of course, and this is the problem. People are like, oh, you just don't know what you're talking about. You're a hater, because they see either the stat line for Lamar, which Lamar's been sub 50 before the injury in completion percentage, I believe. But on top of that, just they see that one good deep throw, and I'm like, oh, that was beautiful, yes. And don't get me wrong, I love the running, but the running will eventually not be there. Between injuries or just getting older, you have to learn the game with your proper throwing mechanics and not relying on your arm. Lamar has A+ arm talent, but he relies on it. He plays instinctively, and I love that about him, and it's exciting to watch. But it's the inconsistency, and the NFL, we know inches matter in the NFL. It's why it's the best of the best in the NFL. And with that, to be a Super Bowl team, sometimes, like case in point, look back to Kansas City and Buffalo, how crazy that game was. Do you think Lamar could have ran out for all that and won the game, basically? Because the passing game wouldn't have been there. The passing game would have never. That was a meticulously, perfectly executed game plan by both teams on the offense. I don't see the Baltimore Ravens ever being able to do that. And so then the argument becomes that our defense is better and we would be able to make the stops. Well, yes, the game is designed for offense. I hate to be that person. I'm a defensive guy myself. But and I love right there. Like, you got to push it out. You got to give it to Mark Andrews. They're obviously watching that. Like, yes, he got that play on the cover 3 to the left. And it's just one of those ones, again, even when he had the easy catch, he earlier had it stripped off him. It's just, he makes easy catches. And yes, he makes every once in a while, It's like one of those ones. He has a spectacular catch rating high, but his catch and track rating, in my opinion, is low. Like if you were to put it Madden terms, essentially. Because like yes, he like makes that falling down, like made the catch. Whoa, that was crazy. But then I watch the gimme ones. I watch balls go through his hands. I watch him double clutch, get tackled, and drop a pass. Like, and I talked about it in his previous seasons. PFF did not correctly stat him for his drop passes in my opinion. But wow, I can't believe. Poor Matt Ryan. Poor Matt Ryan, bro. Bro, I would love to be there in that snow in Buffalo. That looks like so much fun. And I've talked about this privately. I don't know if I put this on stream, so I'm going to put it out there. And this is going to be sad for Ravens fans. And I've got a lot of unpopular opinions, but it's when does Justin Tucker hang up the cleats? Not that he needs to by any means. He's the GOAT of kicking right now. But from his perspective, like case in point, he's got a team that's not letting him kick, really. He's got his money. He got the contract extension. That's great. But he's the most accurate kicker in NFL history, and if he walked right away right now, like so with that miss, case in point, his accuracy never goes down. He would probably love to retire as the most accurate kicker in NFL history. So, like with that being said, for him, I'd be like, man, if I miss one more shit, I can't retire as the most accurate. And maybe starting to think about it. But, we'll see. Like I said, not that he needs to by any means. Like, John Harbaugh is trending. Oh, I want to hear this, actually. Hold on. Derek Wolf talking about the Martin Winkdale firing. Ooh. Derek Wolf talking about he had beef with our strength coach. Yeah. And like literally people are talking about here in the Harbaugh thing. Leave it to Harbaugh to leave points on the board with a backup quarterback in the game. Delay a game after a timeout in a 2-minute drill. Are you serious? Yeah. Let's see. Delete. Let's see. Ravens block. Baltimore. At And people blast me for like talking about it, but I'm just literally exploring the opportunity and the potential. I cannot believe our coach. Would it be crazy to take Cincinnati's offensive coordinator as the next head coach for the Baltimore Ravens? Kurt Warner in the booth. Oh, it's funny they brought in a co-host because the game's so bad. Cleveland getting here ready for the kickoff. It's to start the second half. And out of the back of the end zone. No return here. Jadeveon Clowney out with potentially a head injury. Not out on the field right now. Those two trying to act like they don't notice the camera. Hand off to Dobbins going right, and it's going to be a gain about 3 on the play. Second and 7. The announcers sound like they're praying for something. Duvernay in motion. Huntley got the pass to Demarcus Robinson. It's going to be a first down. Hand off to Dobbins to the left. Got some room. DeMarcus getting downfield for a block, and that's a great run by J.K. Dobbins on the play. Zeitler with a great pull and block on the play. Moses as well. So we had a right guard and right tackle pulling on the play. Allen Robinson makes a motion, gets a good block downfield. Hand off to Dobbins again up the middle. Slips under a tackle, and that's going to be a gain of 5 on the play. Second and 5 for the Baltimore Ravens. Gus Edwards checking into the game. Edwards going right and just pile. Wow, just carrying Browns defenders past the first down. Oh, Jadeveon Clowney out with a head injury. That's big for the Browns. First down run up the middle for Edwards. Not a lot of room. A gain of what looks like 1 on the play. Wow, 4 linebackers out for the season for the Browns. That's rough. And now Clowney out. Huntley looking short. Got his man, Demarcus Robinson. Man, you hear the pop on that ball as it hit his hands. Huntley starting to look like he's finally getting in a little bit of a rhythm. But God, the amount of curl routes is killing me, guys. Jesus. I'm having Cam Cameron flashbacks. Huntley rolling right. Got some room to run. And he's got the first down. An 11-yard run by Tyler Huntley there. Dobbins motioning left. Huntley a little bit of time, rolling left, and takes a sack for 4 yards. And that's where Huntley's got to start. Greg Roman didn't tell him at halftime, hey, yo, Snoop, throw it away if you're outside the tackle. Gotta throw it away, bro. Just throw it away. Throw it right over Dobbins. At that point, exactly what you do. Let me explain, Raven Nation. So you can see Dobbins trying to go deep. You throw it way over his head. No chance of that. No one's got a chance of the ball. And pray that they throw the flag. Or you just throw it in their freaking feet. Either way, you throw it where no one's going to get it. Hope for a flag in your favor. Don't lose 4 yards. 3rd and long here now for the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, I miss playing football. Huntley having to roll right. Got a flag. It's going to be holding and off the hands of Duvernay. A little too high. But that's going to be a holding call probably. There's 2 flags. Yeah, there's holding. And 2. Excuse me, sorry. Offside, so free play. Dang. Ooh, the announcers are calling it. I think it was Patrick Ricard with the, Patrick Ricard with the hold. Let's see. 3rd and 10. Oh, intercepted. They were sitting on the routes. It was that easy to read, bro. Like, the moment he threw the ball, I'm like, there's 2 guys staring at the ball, waiting where the ball's at. Like, let's watch here. Wow. A poorly designed pick with a corner route. So what happened there is you had one guy going to the flat, one guy going slant. Now, that's a pick route. However, they were nowhere close enough to each other to be ever considered a pick. With Mark Andrews coming from the slot with one of the worst run corner routes I feel like I've seen in a long time. It was, again, and I've talked about this, Mark Andrews tipping off his routes. That was so easy to see where he was going. So easy. And the underneath coverage was literally like, well, yeah, we've already got someone sitting there underneath the flat on the far side where it's basically he's going to be short 6 yards and have to make one man miss after catching it, and then there's going to be 3 guys there. So, again, well-coached defensive coverage. The slant, as we just saw, was running into 2 men sitting in the middle of the field on a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10. What kind of play call was that? It was just so easy. And I think this is one of the problems. A lot of our play calling concepts are so easy to read off rip. Okay, he's going to the flat. Okay, he's going slant. Mark. Oh, yeah, he just tipped me. He's going inside on this route. And even if he doesn't, it's a cover 3. I have someone sitting in the middle anyway. So it doesn't matter which way he goes. Let me tell you first of all, Greg Rome, you need to take 2 of those wide receivers, or maybe Mark, either triple stack them or at least double stack one. Now, the first part of this is both of those receivers are going to push 10 yards, essentially 7 to 10 yards on their vertical stem together. They're going to make those DBs push back and hold together. At that point, maybe they have a cross. Maybe there's a double move involved in there, actually. But you're going to create a problem at that depth. Maybe you run someone short, maybe you don't. In my opinion, I'd rather have the halfback work my short side there. So let me give you a route combo here. So we had 3 people on that side. So I want to see an out and up. So it has a designed roll into it. I'd love to see, of course, some type of post, a deep in, and then a halfback working something more towards the flat. Guarantee you that it resulted in a first down, but what do I know? Incomplete. And here they're talking about this play call. Yes, talk about it. Talk about how badly that was designed. Easy handoff. Yep. Because you're running a pick route on 3rd and 10. Yes, he has to delay. That's part of the route combo unless they're completely stacked. Ooh, great tackle. Broderick Washington again. Calais Campbell. But, and again, where are the screenplays? Oh, they're going to call that probably a horse collar tackle by Houston. But they're calling flags on it, so 3 flags come down. Yep, that's a face mask. Clear as day. Yep. First and 10 for Cleveland. Jason Pierre-Paul trying to scream something. Oh, Chubb up the right. And that's a first down. I feel like Jason Pierre-Paul was trying to tell him that he was coming there. Yep, good hole. Deshaun Watson on the play fake. Got some time. Got Amari Cooper on the corner on the left side. Tackled by Kyle Hamilton on the play, the rookie. Yep. Let's watch this. Oh, yep. The inside motion with the corner out back outside. Hey, what's up, Man Brown? Oh, I mean, that's a good run by Amari Cooper. You can't even say anything there. Are you a Ravens fan? 1st and 10 here. Deshaun Watson, shotgun. Kyle Hamilton coming on the corner, blitz. And, oh, Amari Cooper open over the middle. No coverage in the middle of the... I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, man? I mean, my Ravens need to fire John Harbaugh and Greg Roman, but other than that, doing pretty good. Are you a Browns fan? Marcus Williams on the tackle, looks like. Another 1st and 10 here. Let's see. Play action. Rolling to his right. Got a little bit of time. And, oh, good catch by, who's that? Harrison Bryant, the tight end for Cleveland. Tough game tonight. Just hope we can learn on to need him most. I know, and like I said it earlier on the stream, and I tweeted it too. You know, John Harbaugh not giving Tucker the chance to kick and then looking shocked when he misses the kicks. It's mind-blowing to me. And had them going for it with a backup quarterback in the game. Nope. Harbaugh and Greg Roman be playing too much Madden. 2nd and 5 here for the Browns. Refs are waiting for a substitution, I guess. They're holding the play up for some reason. Time's ticking, too. Oh, actually, so that's going to be my next video. Sorry, hold on. Oh, RPO. Short pass. That's completed pass. Looks like short by 1 yard. My next video, I'm going to be doing a lot of work on it tomorrow. And I actually had the article up earlier. Sports Illustrated in September already put out the potential next head coaching candidates for 2023. And of course, the Lions offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are both on that list, as well as Eagles and one more. Deshaun Watson rolling, flips the pass. His guy was not ready for it. They're gonna go for it. Look at Deshaun. Come on, man. But I know I want reasons to use my Tucker gifts. We need reasons to use Tucker gifts. But I'm going to be doing a video because I was always taught as a leader, don't come to your leader or management with a problem unless you have a potential solution. So I'm going to try to stop saying fire Harbaugh and fire Greg Roman until I can say hire as well after. And Chubb's got the 1st down. Rip. Come on, Ravens. It is so frustrating as a Ravens fan. And I know you feel me, Brown, because it's frustrating to watch our Ravens. But I want to stop saying fire Harbaugh, fire Roman until I can put someone behind it. Yeah, I'm 99% sure it'd be a copyright strike. I really wish I could. I used to do the Game Pass or the Game Cast, at least where it's the what do you call it? Chubb with another carry, gain about 3 on the play. It looks like, where you could at least see the kind of the plays on a graph. See, I'm kind of leaning towards the Eagles offensive coordinator for head coach. I didn't know this. He was Justin Herbert's offensive coordinator his rookie season, actually. And of course, we know Herbert had a stellar rookie season and then kind of has been having it rough. And then, of course, we know we got a fit corner route. Oh, great coverage by Marlon Humphrey on the play. Better not be any flags on the play. But, of course, we've seen what he's done with Jalen Hurts as well. So, I think that's my pick. For offensive coordinator, that's tough. I almost feel like I don't know. I'm trying to remember their names. Higgins, I believe, and we brought in 2 wide receiver coaches, one that taught Tyreek Hill and one that taught Devontae Adams. I wouldn't mind seeing that if they potentially have offensive play calling experience or potential. And that's People Jones for a touchdown. Oh, my Ravens are about to lose to the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson. I mean, I shouldn't say that considering we watched a huge comeback by our friends in purple, the Minnesota Vikings, today. Offensive, Lions, Oceans, decent Eagles. See, we can't get rid of McDonald yet. I've got more faith in him. And I think he's, the offense has never helped him at all. And I think when it's a game of momentum and inches, he's constantly on the backswing of the momentum. So I'd like to see us bring in the Eagles offensive coordinator potentially as our head coach. There's a weird one too. One of the ones, Kellen Moore's on the list, the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. The old BYU quarterback, if my memory serves right. Because I remember watching him get drafted. There's a good list of offensive and defensive coordinators that are that have a real shot this year. D'Amico Ryans, I think, is on that list, defensive coordinator for the 49ers. But check it out. It's an article written by Sports Illustrated. If you're trying to watch the game, by the way, Brown, on your phone, they're just, I think, for free. I don't know if you need NFL Plus or not. But on your phone, you can actually watch the game live. And what I do sometimes is if you have an Android phone, you have at least S8 or older, you should have a thing in your top down called Smart View. Smart View can be compared with Windows Connect wireless display, and you can basically stream the game from the NFL app on your phone to a smart TV or your computer. Lamar, Peters, Cooper, CeeDee Lamb. So, all right. Since I've got a Ravens fan here in the chat, I talked about this earlier on the stream. Would you potentially consider trading, franchise tagging, and trading Lamar Jackson for potentially 3 first-round picks plus extra picks? Basically, imagine the Russell Wilson trade, but better because, would you do it? Lamar and I'm going to guess so because I don't know if that means you're talking about trade. Lamar and Marcus Peters for Cooper Rush and CeeDee Lamb to 2nd and 3rd round pick. I'm not 100% sure of the message. So my problem with Lamar is, and I talked about this earlier, I'm just not happy with his growth. Yes, he put on the weight, but he misses the easy throws. And his inconsistency in his mechanics leads to bad ball placement on short throws. Go back and watch the tape. There's so many times receivers are not given an opportunity for yards after catch because the ball placement's not there. Yes, his deep ball is sometimes absolutely beautiful, but paying a quarterback top dollar money, I don't expect to see swing passes hitting the dirt, passes to the flat hitting the dirt. I hate to be that person. And long-term, legs are not going to do it in the NFL. And so I talked about this earlier. Can you imagine this? Now, again, I went to CCU, Coastal Carolina University, so I am a huge Isaiah Likely fan. Let me say that. I would not mind trading Mark Andrews too, and that's going to get me some hate. But Mark Andrews has not been credited for as many drops by PFF in his previous seasons than he was actually supposed to get. And as someone who played tight end semi-pro, he double clutches the ball too much. A lot of his big games, like his last 100-yard game, it's because it comes in zone coverage and he just sits down in the zone. He's not beating people. And I think Isaiah Likely has that potential. Him, Josh Oliver, Nick Boyle. And historically looking at the Baltimore Ravens, oh, that's a fumble. Oh, my God. The Browns recover on the Demarcus Robinson fumble. Demarcus Robinson was another signing I was not a fan of. I would have rather kept one of the undrafted rookie free agents, wide receivers that Lamar showed some pretty good, chemistry with. Wow. So can you imagine if we traded Lamar for 3 first-round picks, players and late-round picks? We traded Mark Andrews for at least 2 first-round picks. And we have a history of picking good tight ends in late rounds. Mark Andrews, 3rd-round pick. Isaiah Likely, I believe, 4th-round pick. Dennis Pitt, a 4th-round pick. Ed Dixon, 3rd-round pick. Nick Boyle, 5th-round pick. I mean, Josh Oliver, even though he came from the Jacksonville Jaguars, was a later pick. What would it take for Lamar to get what he is asking for? It would. For me, as Steve, because here's the thing. As a Ravens fan, you know this. We went through this with Joe Flacco. Steve Biscotti looked at Joe Flacco and said, dude, you want the best money? You got to prove to me that. And at that point, Joe Flacco had gone consistently deep in the playoffs. And, Joe Flacco was the nemesis of Tom Brady and the Patriots in the playoffs for a few years. We had a history of going into Gillette Stadium and putting a whooping on the Patriots. So Joe Flacco not only demonstrated late playoff potential, but he went and put the money where his mouth is and won the Super Bowl. So historically, there's no way Steve Biscotti does not look at Lamar Jackson and says, well, I watched Joe Flacco do it, dude. Go do it. And I would argue this team is way more talented than that team was. Way more talented. Yes, they had Ray Lewis, who got kind of saved at the end of his career, but I think this team is more talented. So, yeah, I think Super Bowl or, and then that's the problem. So, me, it becomes also a cap issue. Think about this. If Lamar was traded, that's at least $20 million off the cap, especially if we have to franchise tag him, even more. Same thing with Mark Andrews, probably going to get a lot of money. So, we would go into having 5+ first-round picks, multiple second-round picks, $40+ million in cap space. And just like the Philadelphia Eagles are doing, we're seeing that they're taking these multiple first-round picks. They had 3 this year. Trade one for a future. So now you still have 2 first year and you have more later picks and just bankroll those picks. Can you imagine a brand new head coach coming in with a brand new offensive coordinator with at least 2 first-round picks this year, possibly 2 second-round picks, tons. And then the thing is, like I tell people, the later added value, if these picks walk in the future, as a Ravens fan, we depend on the compensatory pick formula. All those picks are eventually going to become comp picks, hopefully. And see, that's the thing. We don't have the cap space. So I think Isaiah Likely, Josh Oliver, Nick Boyle, plus potentially a drafted tight end could take Mark Andrews' place. 100%, I believe so. Especially because, like I said, Mark Andrews' big games come when he's just sitting in zone, turnarounding his own coverage and drifting. I can do that. I'm 6'3". When I played, I was 230. I ran a 4.740 flat. And that was with no weight training, no running. So I could have easily got that down to 4.6. I'm telling you, when I say I can fit through certain holes, Marcus Peters is hurt. Oh no, Marcus Peters in a significant amount of pain. And so though, what I hate is that should be is he outside the tackle box? I think he was. And what kills me is I like you, Brown, because I usually get dragged through the dirt for criticizing Mark Andrews or Lamar Jackson. And Mark Andrews, I'm not a fan of his run blocking. I don't care what anyone says. I've watched too many plays where he takes it off and he could have made a key block on a second level defender. And I've highlighted it in my Ravens second half breakdown one time. I think we got a flag down in the backfield. Looks like going to be a holding by the Browns after the first down run by Kareem Hunt. And you're really right, though. And now Andrews, I'll admit there might be some cap problems with that. And I'm not sure with the trade, how guaranteed money works and all that stuff, And yeah, no one would ever make that trade because they look at the stat lines, in my opinion. And I don't know. Yeah, that's a big hold on Kyle Hamilton there. I'm objective. Like I tell people, I'm a Ravens fan, but I love football. I miss playing. Medically, health-wise, I have problems where I can't really play. Last time I was out. Let's go. There's a sack. Odafe Owe and Patrick Queen coming together looks like for the sack. But, I snapped my left leg in half on an artificial turf field, basically. Like, my fibula, where it connects to the side of your ankle, came 1/8 of an inch away from severing in half and being an open fracture, basically. Because I had a quarterback like Lamar who put the ball behind me. So on a full speed crossing route, I tried to plant my feet and come back across my body for the ball, and my left leg crumbled under my weight, basically, and I snapped my leg. And ever since then, I've kind of never played anymore. Oh, I love Roquan. I feel like, and I wish he would have been around more. I was never a huge fan of Josh Bynes. I love the dude. However, athletic-wise, he's not what we needed. And they keep treating him more like this long-term solution before the Roquan trade. And I'm like, that's great and all, but where's the other drafting inside linebackers? Anything, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like Patrick Queen is playing quicker because Roquan plays quicker to the ball. And Patrick Queen feeds off that energy. And I feel like if you go back to LSU, that's how it was. Everyone at LSU played quick to the ball, essentially. And that's why Patrick Queen played quick to the ball. I played for a team called the Palmetto Havoc. I basically, when I was playing for them, I was coming up for my promotion with Delta Airlines. I actually won the job to be the next gate manager of Minneapolis. Deshaun Cosby is actually he's a little off. Apparently he hasn't had the playbook, but he's actually ahead on my Baltimore Ravens, sadly, Chimera. But, yeah, I played a little bit of tight end. I liked playing tight end, linebacker, and a little bit of safety, but I didn't have the speed for like a deep safety kind of. But I excelled in pass coverage. I grew up playing goalkeeper, so I was 6'3", 230. I've got 10 and a quarter or 3/4 hands, which is the same size as Sammy Watkins. Like I said, a 4.7 flat. I actually prided myself on a short-term burst, though, on my 3 cone drills. And shuttle runs, basically. But I basically got laid out by one of my own teammates. We were earlier on special teams, and he was little tiny guy, had short man syndrome, and he wanted to get around me. Hand up, he whacked me on the fucking ear hole, which really pissed me off, so I pancaked his ass. So later on in practice, I'm playing tight end. He's out there at safety. And my quarterback, who played for CCU actually for a little bit, sailed a pass so far over my head, like so far over my head. And I look down and I see that short little motherfucker standing underneath me, and he launches off the ground and puts his helmet on my chin strap, knocks me back. I get up, I'm fine, but kind of really messed my neck up. I missed 1 day of work. And my boss started talking to me saying, hey, you can't be doing this if you're trying to be a salaried performance manager or gate manager. Dobbins with a big run. Dobbins got space. All the way down, looks like the 48-yard line. Great run by Dobbins. Oh, that's tough. So I've always said, actually, I think Huntley is a better passer. And in the short game, it shows. Except today, he has not looked good today. I don't know if the concussion's still messing with him. Huntley, short pass to Duvernay. Good placement on the ball. Look at Duvernay. And see, that's what kills me. If that was Lamar Jackson, that ball would have been down by his feet. Instead, that was delivered right here where he could turn and go. What kills me is I have not seen like any deep passes from Huntley. And in my personal preference, I love the offense we ran during the Super Bowl. A vertical run game. A power run game with a vertical play action concept. Having receivers like Torrey Smith and Jacoby Jones who could beat anyone just about over the top if they had the time and ability in a one-on-one. And then Anquan Bolden and a solid tight end to work the underneath routes. Love that style of offense. So if Huntley can't pass the ball deep, but we were talking about earlier on this stream, why you have to have a good offense. Because we've seen, in case point last year, the Bills-Chiefs game, that offensive shootout by the Bills and Chiefs. was a perfectly executed offensive scheme by both teams, essentially. And it's why I talk about with Lamar, with the inconsistency. This NFL is the best of the best, the top 2%. It is a game of inches, a game of precision. And to be that team that can go to the Super Bowl and win it, you have to operate like the Bills and Chiefs did that year. You can't be putting balls in the dirt constantly, like on easy swing and out routes. You have to actually target your wide receivers. And it's not all on Lamar, though, because Greg Roman, I tweeted earlier, Greg Roman plays too much Madden. His passing concepts are so bad. And we called out earlier, the stat concept on the interception route was so bad. On the red zone, it was so bad. Like I talked about earlier. So on the red zone, what I'm calling right there. So I'm going to stack those two wide receivers closer. I'm running an out and up route. I'm running a deep in, a post, and then I'm having the halfback swing to that side instead of having him swing the opposite side and not be part of anything. With that, you attack multiple levels. See, the problem is they were sitting on the zone where they're playing cover 3 zone. And it happens to Lamar all the time. And it's why Mark Andrews sometimes can get good yards because it's a zone coverage. All eyes on Lamar, basically. Or it's a man QB spy. It's basically one of two concepts. And even Mark Andrews' big catch on third down earlier was a cover 3 run to the corner, basically. Dalvin Cook, 26 points. Justin. Whoo! That's unfortunate, too. Tucker missed from under 40 yards earlier. Brown, if you're still there, let me bring up something that's going to make you cry. As the NFL's most accurate kicker in NFL history, Justin Tucker, playing I think 9 years now, something like that. At what point do you hang up the cleats so that you can retire as the most accurate kicker in NFL history? Huntley throwing it away, finally. Huntley also had 2 opportunities to throw the ball away this game and did not, and took sacks on the play and lost yards. Not a good look, Huntley. Not a good look. Like I said, maybe the concussion's messing with him or something. Like, he just does not look the same. Are you up, Chimera, on your in your fantasy game? And man, we're already in the fourth quarter. The first quarter or first half went by so quick because the announcer said there were no commercial breaks due to the overtime of the Vikings game. Kills me too. I almost did a live video yesterday calling that the upset game of the week. I'm so mad at myself. Gus Edwards on the run, chopped down, looks like a gain of 3 on the play. Hey, Brown, thanks for dropping in, man. Thank you so much for the sub. I don't know why my alert thing didn't pop up and tell me that. I'll have to double check on that. Thank you again so much. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get something going here. Like I said, we're going to do a video soon. Ooh, nice, 54-12. But we're going to do a video hopefully tomorrow or Monday. And we're going to examine who our top 3 candidates for head coach and offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, hopefully. Huntley, shotgun, flicks it to Andrews, and way too high for him. We're going to go get one more drink so I don't lose my voice because I can feel it getting dry. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to lose my voice. I can feel my throat hurt so bad. Poor Matt Ryan, though. Blown the two biggest leads in NFL history. Both are on him, basically. Poor fucking dude. Bro, and we talked about it, man. They are a late game team. Like, I can only imagine poor Viking fans, their blood pressure this year. Like, but the real question comes, can they maintain that kind of play in the playoffs? You know? And another thing I talked about earlier here on the stream, Baltimore, I don't think has run a single screenplay. If you had a backup quarterback and they had great pass rushers, and like they're sitting in zone coverage back, would you not maybe try to run a screen and get 3 offensive linemen matched up against a 3 defensive backs? Maybe, just maybe. I don't know. Bro, he does deserve so much better. It's so crazy to think as a Ravens fan, we wanted Matt Ryan. We were not aiming for Joe Flacco, in my opinion. We traded down and then back up, and then when Matt Ryan got taken, we traded back down. Like, we wanted Matt Ryan. And sometimes I really think about that, especially in the early years when Matt Ryan was playing out of his mind down there in Atlanta. Like, and I used to say, damn, if we had Matt Ryan, we'd already had a Super Bowl. I used to say it all the time. Like, and I still kind of almost think every once in a while, man, I think Matt Ryan with the ball, with the Baltimore, just organization, I think we would have made some Super Bowl runs. 3rd and 7 here for the Cleveland Browns. 13 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I mean, wasn't it the Patriots technically before? Deshaun Watson got plenty of space up the middle and slides at the 25. 1st and 10. Chubb up the right. Gain of about 3 on the play. Play action, and it's going to get sacked. Oh, flips it out. He's like, I don't want the sack, you take it. Oh, that's funny. From 30, in the wild card, way back, 1992. I shouldn't say way back, I was born. Uh-oh, someone's down. Who's down for the Ravens? Looks like a D lineman. Oh no, that's Calais. Oh no. I really hope Calais Campbell's okay. I know that. Commercial breaks. I'm trying not to talk as much to save my voice. I'm glad Calais was able to. Walking into the blue medical tent. Kind of feel like Calais took a nut shot, honestly. 3rd and 11 here. They're just going to run it. Hunt with a pretty good run, though. He's going to come about 3 yards short. Yeah, 4th and 2, actually, yeah. Yeah, I'd kick the field goal, too, if I was Cleveland. I love he just called Tyler Huntley Snoop Huntley. Cade York, kicker for the Browns out there. Looks like a little bit of snow might be falling. From 38, dead center. Oh! He yanked that left. Wow. Wow. Good hold, just bad kick. Yanked it hard. The wind's going right, too. He yanked that into the wind. My God. Tyler Hunt, like they're saying, has made a comeback win already. Or not win, but almost comeback against the Browns. Oh, and that's going to be a false start. Oh, on the halfback, Justice Hill. Calais Campbell looks like he's walking back to the locker room. Oh, it's so sad. Marcus Peters also out. Duvernay. Oh, dude, I wish I could be at that game. I was watching them clear the snow still, and it just looks fun in my opinion. I'm down here in Florida. The lowest it's going to get here is 40 degrees like a week from now. I can only imagine. And another curl route. 2 curl routes, mind you, to the Ravens, both to the exact same spot on the field, just different receivers, essentially. Tyler Huntley in the no huddle. Quick throw, DeMarcus. Oh, Marcus Peters is officially out with a right calf injury. Watch this game go into overtime, too. Watch every game tonight go into overtime. And that was a miscommunication by DeMarcus Robinson on the play. The snow is really starting to come down in Baltimore now. I'm sorry, in Cleveland. Look at it coming down. Not where you want to be when you got to get a passing game going to capture the lead. Oh, and predictable to Mark Andrews on a slant over the middle. 2 Browns sitting on the route, and that's an incompletion. 4th and 4, and Jordan Stout, the rookie punter, coming out for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's watch this combo. You got 2 tight ends right. That was so Madden. Greg Roman Needs to play less Madden. That's a Madden play. I play Madden. That's a Madden play from 2022. 4th and short. No. Why? Why are you going for this right now? No. Wrong call. Wrong call. Wrong call. You kick the field goal that makes it. So Harbaugh, they're up by 10, not 7. 10. You need a field goal at some point. There's 9 minutes left in the game. You punt that ball. You just gave it to them in field goal range. Yes, the snow's coming down more, but their run game has been pretty good. And now they're just going to burn 5 minutes off this clock more than likely if they get more than one first down. But what do I know? What do I know? 1st and 10 on the Browns, or the Ravens 45. Already on the Ravens side of the field. Handoff to Chubb, going right, breaks his tackle, or should say pulling Roquan. Didn't break it, but that's a gain of 4 on the play. Yep. And there's 40 seconds off the clock, essentially. If you're the Browns, you don't hike this ball till there's under 10 seconds left on the play clock. Roquan trying to make a play on the ball there. Yep. 5 seconds left. Handoff going left. Chubb got a few yards on the play. Looks like he's going to be short 1. I love the announcer calling it. It's just Roquan Smith versus Nick Chubb 1-on-1 in the snow in Cleveland. Let's go. Third and 1, mind you, announcer, not 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1.5. I'll give him that. Quarterback run by Deshaun, and he's not going to get there. Should have handed it to Chubb. Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith with the tackles on the play. Jacoby Brissett coming in. They're going quarterback sneak. This is quarterback sneak. They're bringing in the backup quarterback for the quarterback sneak. That is a great play call, Stenos, whatever. Or a wildcat here. Quarterback sneak, and he's got it. Yep. And another big run by Chubb to the right. Looks like he's going to be 3 yards short. Oh, my God. 2nd and 2 here. Nick Chubb. It's going to be a run left. Got a lane, and that's a first down. And like I said moments ago, they're going to chew at least 5 minutes off of this clock now. Harbaugh looks like he's trying to make decisions to save his coaching job and win this game. I feel like if Harbaugh loses this game and we don't make the playoffs, there's no way he can keep his job. Chubb looks like a gain of 5 on the play. And we're 4 minutes off the clock already. Baltimore finally going to take a timeout, try to shore up this run defense. But that's a horrible play call. You really need those timeouts with down 2 scores, and they're already in scoring position again, potentially for another kick. And making it a 2-touchdown game, basically, instead of a touchdown field goal game. You need those timeouts. And shoring up your run defense should not take a timeout, guys. Kareem Hunt in the backfield for the Browns. Handoff up the middle. And Broderick. He gets stonewalled and Broderick grabs him and throws him down. Looks like turf is coming up. Refs, I can hear him. Like, come on, let's go, clear. Did the Ravens just really use their second timeout? What? What the heck is that timeout? With 5 minutes on a 3rd and 6. Guess what, Harbaugh? That's where maybe the first timeout. You just used your second down 2 scores? Bro, is this a joke? I think I'd maybe take Jeff Saturday. I think I'd take Jeff Saturday at this point over John Harbaugh. I really think I would. Oh, Brent Urban going to get his first sack of the season, I think. Just to continue that trend. Fire him. God. So frustrating. Clicks off the clock. Kurt Warner kind of 46-yard attempt. He just missed from 30. And that one's going to go the other way. Honestly, if I was the Browns, I'd have punted. Bad coaching a little bit on both sides, but yeah, I'd have punted that ball. 46 yards, he just missed from 30. Nope, I'm sorry, my dude. I didn't got a lot of faith in you like that. I'd rather, instead of giving the Ravens like 30 to 40 yards freely like that, essentially, I'd rather pin them possibly on inside the 5 and make Tyler Huntley really work out of the end zone. Like, dude, I've been calling for John Harbaugh to have been fired since the year after we won the Super Bowl. What was that, 2013? Like, when we got blown out by Peyton Manning in the season opener in Denver, was some of the most atrocious play calling and personnel decision making I've ever seen out of a head coach. Clock management, nope, bad there too. Like, and like we've talked about so many times on this channel, you are responsible for who you hire. If your hires aren't working out, that should reflect badly on you as a head coach. guess what? As a GM, if your draft picks, if you constantly draft busts, do you think you're going to get fired? Like, Harbaugh's been hiring bust after bust in coaching staff, basically. And there really is like this tight-knit circle for whatever the head coach is. Like, Cullen should have never got a head coach job in Houston as the Houston head coach until he got fired. Never. But guess what? Harbaugh, bang, oh yeah, he's a great coach. He's a great coach. He may be a great leaderman. He may have strong ethics, values, and know how to talk to people. It doesn't make you a good football coach. And that's the problem. Like in the Sports Illustrated article I was referencing earlier, they're like, yeah, there's a ton of backloaded defensive coordinators, but there's also so many backloaded special teams coordinators that, could be head coaches. I don't agree with special teams coordinators being head coaches. I don't. You will be consistently replacing offensive and defensive coordinators and will never have a stable offense or defense, basically. Just saying. Just saying. Huntley looking deep, doesn't have it. Rolling, trying to find anything. Gotta throw the ball away, Huntley. Gotta throw the ball away. You lost yards and just cost a lot of time. And look at that. Mark Andrews, no space because he's in man coverage. And his route's so readable. Huntley sacked again. Well, like I said, I've got my issues with Lamar himself, but Joe Flacco deserved better. A lot of people don't realize Joe Flacco went through almost as many offensive coordinators as Jake Cutler did in Chicago. But no one wants to talk about that. Harbaugh didn't catch any heat for that. Never getting an offensive coordinator that really made Joe Flacco shine. And we have let countless halfbacks go. Rasheem Mozart was on our practice squad at one point. Let me start with that. The amount of halfbacks that don't get a chance because they're in Harbaugh's doghouse, essentially. And one of the things where my final things on the Baltimore Ravens website, I talked about Harbaugh not being a great head coach. And then I was like, we should have traded this guy. I called for trading this halfback. I forgot who was it? It's before we drafted Justice Hill. Oh my God. Kenneth Dixon, I believe. Either way, we had a few halfbacks that went on to go play for other teams that other teams were interested in, that we could have got a late round pick for, that did nothing for us. Never played any snaps, never did anything, and just eventually just took up roster spots. 4th and 13. Huntley looking over the middle and almost intercepted on a late throw to James Prochet. Let's watch the route combo. All pushing vertical, curl, and 2 go routes. And what kind of play calling is that? Curl and 2 go routes. Talk about easy to cover. Easy to cover. The defensive backs didn't even basically have to break their back stride because it was that easy to cover. It's 4th and 13. They're already playing the sticks. They're sitting almost 10 yards back. Backpedaling, looking at you. Mark Andrews stops short of the sticks. Oh, well, the other guys are just staring. And what? Yeah, Prochet makes a move over the middle slightly. Again, so easy readable. It's a cover 3. There's someone there waiting. Browns. In scoring range again. Fire John Harbaugh. I don't want Leslie Frazier. I won't. And Nick Chubb over 100 yards. Still can't stop the run game. Yeah, let me see here. Yep. Top candidates for 2023. So Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. He was instrumental in preparing Justin Herbert for his surprise rookie season. Equally important in developing Jalen Hurts. Great at creating matchups, yada, yada, yada. So in the article, they talk about Sean Payton's under contract. So that would have to be something that possibly worked out with the Saints. Sean Payton says if Lamar goes somewhere, he'll go where Lamar goes. So again, incentive possibly to trade Lamar because Sean Payton might go somewhere. I would love, I think, the hire of Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, to be our next head coach. D'Amico Ryans, defensive coordinator for the 49ers, is on that list. Weirdly, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos. I mean, like, I kind of get it, but I don't really. Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys, I'm kind of in favor of, actually. He did great when Cooper Rush had to come in, and he's shown through his play calling design that he can create mismatches. Defensive coordinator Dan Quinn for the Cowboys is on that list. Offensive coordinator for the Colts, Marcus Brady, is on that list. I don't like that pick, honestly. I don't think he deserves it. Defensive coordinator for the Rams, Raheem Morris, is on that list. One of the hot picks, Brian Callahan, offensive coordinator for the Bengals. He is the son of the legendary offensive lineman, Bill Callahan. So he's got lineage there, too. Defensive coordinator for the Eagles, too, is on that list. Offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator for the Dolphins. Defensive coordinator for the Raiders. Offensive coordinator for the Lions, which we talked about earlier. Yep, defensive coordinator for the Lions. Oh, poor Grossi, too. The offensive coordinator for the Packers is on that list, too, actually. Yeah, I hate our special teams coordinator is getting consideration for head coaching. And I just think it'll expose Harbaugh even more for being a really bad head coach. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong at this point. I really think we're in for a heartbreaker at the season end against the Bengals. Man, this game tonight's going to be wild. The Bills-Dolphins game that's about to come on. The real question becomes, so like I said, if I replace John Harbaugh with the Eagles offensive coordinator, man, there's the knee, man. Yeah, so Cleveland Browns beat my Baltimore Ravens. Horrible coaching by John Harbaugh. Horrible passing play designs by Greg Roman. Someone plays too much Madden somewhere in the organization. Fire Harbaugh, fire Roman at the end of the season, but we have to at least get to the end of the season. I don't care if we make the playoffs unless we go to the Super Bowl. Fire them both. If we go to the Super Bowl, I guess there's an argument. And with this, the Cincinnati Bengals take hold of first place in the AFC North. Oh, Marcus Williams getting a little pushy there at the end. But the question becomes, if the offensive coordinator for the Eagles comes over to be our head coach, highly unlikely that someone like another offensive coordinator makes a lateral movement. So either A, we promote internally our wide receivers coach, which like I said, I'm kind of interested in, but I don't know his history as much. Or B, we bring in someone from Philadelphia that he trusts to be the offensive coordinator, based maybe like O-line coach or a wide receiver, one of those ones. Quarterback coach probably is actually who it would be. It'd probably be whoever his quarterback coach is, if he's not the next guy up, that is, for Philadelphia. But thanks for dropping in, Chimera. I don't think I'm gonna cover the Bills game tonight. My throat will die if I do. I'll be out of commission for the next week. But again, thanks for always stopping in, Chimera. I really appreciate you. Again, we're 13-3 final here in Cleveland. Cleveland and Deshaun Watson coming out of the win. And my Baltimore Ravens need to fire John Harbaugh.